It's the warm glow of optimism in the air. It's the feeling of rejuvenation. It's about a new life for this industry. And this year is particularly special because it follows two very, very tough years. When I look back at 2009 and 2010, both can be best summed up with the immortal words of Charles Dickens. It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. Or something shorter by Dickens, bah humbug. All of us faced many challenges. Some of us faced many, many, many challenges. But we all learned a lot, and we're better for the experience. We learned that we're capable of great resourcefulness in difficult situations. We learned to become more efficient, productive, and responsive. And we learned to never stop listening to our customers. After all, we're in this business to meet and exceed their expectations. And keeping the lines of communication open with our customers and society will fuel our collective future growth. So let's start tonight with our view of this year and Toyota's forecast for the auto industry. For the first half of the year, we do see the U.S. economy improving, but at a slower rate than we would all like and that many analysts have expected. We believe that ongoing high unemployment and a weak housing market will continue hindering consumer confidence and spending on big-ticket items like cars. But the news isn't all that grim. Holiday shoppers were out in full force. In fact, on Cyber Monday after Thanksgiving, online shoppers spent more than $1 billion in just one single day. And according to the Associated Press, retailers reported a 5.5% surge in spending during the holidays over 2009, despite an uncertain economy and a rise in thrifty habits. Shoppers said that they decided to splurge and spend a little more because they felt better about their financial prospects for 2011. As labor and market conditions improve, we expect faster growth for the second half of the year. As a result, we forecast annual auto industry sales will improve about 9%, adding about 1 million more sales and ending up about 12.5%. So we expect a better year with the promise of continuous improvement into 2012 and beyond. At Toyota, we're also optimistic about our own sales as we enjoy healthier times this year. In fact, due to a very strong product year, including the arrival of several new volume models like the Prius V that we premiered yesterday, we believe our sales volume will grow at a slightly faster rate than that of the overall industry. And we're even more bullish about the long-term prognosis for the auto industry. In fact, we see a very, very bright future ahead. For starters, demographics are in our favor. IHS Global Insight is forecasting that between now and 2020, the U.S. population will grow by an additional 31 million people. It's about 10%. It's like adding 8,500 people a day for the next 10 years. And the driving age population will increase by 24 million to 263 million by 2020. Think about 24 million additional drivers. That's the equivalent of the entire population of Texas. You thought gridlock was tough today. Now, in addition, by 2015, Generation Y, those 70 to 75 million consumers currently 16 to 30 years of age, will be fully maturing into adulthood, jobhood, and familyhood, creating the need for even more vehicles. So vibrant U.S. demographics will play a big role in driving demand for vehicles. But that's not all that's pointing to a brighter future. Scrappage rates have outnumbered new vehicle registrations, and consumers are holding on to their cars a lot longer. Right now, the average age of vehicles on the road is just over 10 years, and that's the highest it's been in 13 years. On top of that, there's a scarcity of used cars. In fact, the supply of 1 to 5-year-old used vehicles has declined for several years, and around 2013, it'll hit its lowest level since 1982. This lack of supply is already causing used car prices to increase to an all-time record, which typically leads to stronger new car sales. For all of these reasons, we believe the new normal means better, more prosperous years ahead for automakers, suppliers, dealers, everyone associated with this great industry. Now, unfortunately, that growth won't come easy. In fact, to realize that bright future, I believe we have to overcome challenges from three major changes to our business. The first change is our industry itself. The second change is our customers. And the third change is in the cars that we put on the road. Let's start with changes facing our industry. In just 5 short years, new government regulations will require all manufacturers' fleets to have an average fuel economy of at least 35.5 miles per gallon. Now that won't be easy, especially in a country that still has a love affair with trucks and SUVs. As a global company, Toyota has a huge portfolio of vehicles. Across our entire U.S. fleet, we have enough small, fuel-efficient cars and hybrids to meet the 2016 standard without significant change. But some brands may need to spend a great deal of money to improve their lineups. Others may need to seek alliances with other companies to spread the cost of complying. Still others may have to bend their image to meet new regulations by bringing to market cars that may not live up to their luxury or performance image. Now, I have no doubt that we'll get there, but it'll be quite a balancing act to keep image, cost, and quality of materials in check while reaching to meet much higher standards. And if that wasn't enough on its own, competition among auto manufacturers is stronger than ever. The quality of vehicles on the market has gotten better and better each and every year. Designs and styling are moving in the forefront again. And every car is chock full of electronics that makes the driving experience safer and more enjoyable. This is great for consumers, but it's getting harder and harder for car companies to stand out from the rest of the pack. And on top of that, we have to face the growing reality that today, young people don't seem to be as interested in cars as previous generations. Now, when I was growing up, I couldn't wait to get my license and buy my dream car, a red 1971 Mercury Cougar XR7 with a big V8 engine. Man, I loved that car. The true fact is, I never got that car. Instead, it was a 1963 Corvair Monza in Portland Brown. So, back to reality. In fact, I think I was the first person in line at the Department of Motor Vehicle on my birthday. And all of my friends, they were the exact same way. We wanted to get our licenses as soon as we could because it was our ticket to freedom. It was our rite of passage to becoming responsible adults. Well, at least adults. But these days, many young people care more about buying the latest smartphone or gaming console than getting their driver's license. With technologies like Skype and video smartphones and iPads and Facebook, it's easier in their eyes to constantly stay connected and communicate with friends and family from the comfort of their own homes. Many see cars as a source of cost, congestion, and pollution, not freedom or adulthood. And that's the serious problem that together as an industry, we need to address. We need to find ways for young people to fall in love with cars again, the way most of us did when we were young. We have to provide an emotional connection so that cars are seen not as utilitarian commodities, but vital to living a fulfilling life. In short, we need to pull together and develop campaigns that rebuild the image of our industry and our products in the minds of young people. They're vital to our future as an industry, both as employees as well as consumers. Now, the second key challenge that we face as an industry is adapting to changes in our customers. Today, there are 5 generations of consumers in the marketplace, each with different needs and wants. Some want to come into our dealerships, others will avoid it at any cost. Some want a one-on-one relationship with their sales associate, while others want to do everything electronically. Some don't mind waiting for their car that's being serviced. Others view time as their most important resource, and it's not to be wasted. So how do we meet all these needs? Well, the best advice that I've been able to give our dealers is be flexible and be prepared to